Bluebell Country Store. Starting out section 2 with some pancakes. On day 4, I walked 22.3 miles. Starting from Queen Wilhelmina Lodge, I passed Black Fork Mountain Shelter, Highway 71, and the Foreign Gap Shelter. Good morning, y'all. It's a beautiful, sunny, little chilly morning. Ready to start hiking again. Nice little overlook here. See the sun's popping. It is just beautiful out here. Been hiking down this trail that kind of goes down the side of a mountain here, looking over here at a valley. It's really beautiful where you can see across there. I could see once the leaves come on the trees, there's no way that you'd be able to see across there. But and you know, it's not super colorful where it may not pick up real well on camera, but it's nice. Made it to an area here that I had located on far out called a waterfall, and you can kind of see here it's flowing, but it isn't Niagara Falls or anything. So you really got to watch these water sources here. I think they rise and fall a lot more than most usual places. So I know there's a gap up here of like 20 miles that is probably without water. So I'm going to watch that closely if I have to carry more. But I still got probably half a liter left here, and there's supposed to be a good water source here about a half a mile up. So I'm going to go to there, stop and have some lunch, maybe relax a little bit. Here's something that you haven't seen me do with the whole video. I'm actually filtering water. Got the filter via Amazon at the lodge. Filtering water. So here's my situation. There's the next water source according to Far Out is 6.5 miles up the way. It's a spring about a quarter of a mile off the trail. And the next water source, according to Far Out after that, is 20 miles beyond that. The spring sounds a little sketch to me. So I am going to load up. You know, it isn't super dry out here, but I'm going to load up and be somewhat prepared to go that 27 miles without water. I'm drinking like 3 liters here. I'll fill up my 2 water bottles, that's 1.5 liters, and I'll fill up my water bag here, which is another 2 liters. So most likely that isn't going to happen, but it's getting kind of warm out these last couple days, and I don't want to risk it. So I'm going to try. There's a shelter 1.5 miles up the trail here. But I'm going to try to keep on going. My feet are a little sore, but I'm going to keep on trying to go and make it about 5 miles up to where they say that there's a campsite. So get all hydrated. It's going to be a heavy pack with all that water, but we'll get her done. Here's the shelter that my plan had me staying in tonight. See you, bitch! I made it to the campsite that is listed on Far Out at 73.5 miles in. It's about 4.5 miles past the shelter that my plan had me camping at tonight. It's not really that great of a campsite if you're planning on making a campfire. Doesn't look like anybody's used it in a while, but it's got trees for hanging my hammock, somewhat kind of cleared out. So I'm gonna make it work. All right, I'm tired. This resupply and 4 liters of water are weighing me down. All right, time to set up. On day 5, I walked 22.7 miles. I passed Turner Gap Shelter, Bushy Mountain Shelter, Highway 270, and settled in at another tent site. Good morning. About 5 miles in today. Just came to this spot where you can actually see the view and you're not looking through trees, so I thought I would share that with you. 12 miles in. I'm not gonna lie, today's been a little bit of a grind. Just trying to push through it. I got about 9 miles farther to go until I get to the water, the creek. I came to this little spot where a trail crosses. I think it's like a forestry road, and got a little trail magic here. Help yourself, OT hikers. Thank you. I have enough water to get to the end, but it'll be pressing it, so I'm gonna drink a small bottle here and keep on moving. But whoever provided this, thank you. Came across this nice Ouachita Trail sign. Ow! Stopped here for a little late lunch break. Had some beef sticks, some chips, another cache of water here, so I'm really cameling up. But while I was sitting here, another thru hiker came through. I've seen 2 thru hikers so far. One yesterday, one today. And both of them passed me, but yet they're doing less miles than me. So I think what the issue is here is I'm hiking slower but a lot longer during the day, and they're probably doing 12-15 miles a day and I'm trying to do 20. So I don't know, maybe they're smarter than me. I don't know. I got like 6 miles left today. My feet are kind of sore. It's about 2:30, but I'll get there. I really want to get to that creek, even though I keep on having these caches. There is a shelter up here just a few miles, but I'm gonna try to push through that. I'm seeing on my weather app that thunderstorm's gonna be rolling in tomorrow about 1 o'clock, so the more miles I can cover before that, the better. Despite just walking in the rain, I'm not sure if it's a heavy rain how that affects the little creeks around here. So being kind of rookie in this area, just playing it safe, but I gotta get my lazy butt up and start walking. Still rolling along. It's about 4 o'clock. Have about 3 miles to go. Actually feeling a little bit better. If you notice, I got this hood on, and it isn't to stay warm. I'm hiking eastbound, and the sun comes down obviously on the west, so I get that hot sun right on the back of my neck, so it's actually for sun protection. And smart wool shirt, it used to be long sleeve. A friend of mine, I had alter it, make it into short sleeve because it was too warm long sleeve. But going pretty good here ever since that break. I don't know if it's because I took that bag of water out of the back of my pack, which you know, it's not only just that weight, but it's in a bad spot. I mean, it's way away from your body, so I think that was pulling a little bit. That and my good friend Matt that I just met, that thru hiker, has me thinking here a little bit where, you know, I've been struggling today and I keep on thinking like, oh, I'm 80 miles in. That means, you know, I got 140 miles to go. And he was talking about how he has never really hiked a long trail like this before. And he said, man, I got to 40 miles and it's like, dude, I just walked 40 miles. Then he got to 80 miles and he's like, yeah, man, I hiked 80 miles. So it's all about perspective. You know, you can celebrate your accomplishments or dread, you know, a big goal. So that helped me out a lot. So thanks for the inspiration. I made it to the big bushy creek. Still have a liter and a half of water. I was hoping to camp nearby here. The campground here is day use only. Can't camp there. Big highway running over here. 10 pads. I think it said 1.7 miles up the trail, but it's straight up. I don't think I have that in me, so I'm gonna fill up my water bag here a little bit. Next water source is 6 miles down the trail. It's on kind of iffy. So I'm gonna load up, just start walking, look for a good place to hang my hammock. Crossed over the highway. Looks like I've come to a prescribed burn area. At least I think it was prescribed. It looks like it was intended. But, going up this hill, I'm gonna have to walk a little bit farther to find some camping. I made it through the burn area. Made it all the way up to where they said that there's a campsite. There's no campsite here. Looked in gut hooks, other people said, or in far out, and people said the same thing. So I'm just finding a couple trees that are about 10 feet off the trail. Set up my hammock. My battery's at 5% battery left. I'm probably at about 3%, so relax, try to recharge, and regroup for tomorrow. On day 6, I walked 20.5 miles. I wandered through Muddy Creek area and passed Filler's Creek Shelter, Suck Mountain Shelter, and stopped at the historic Creek Shelter. This is as good a day as any. Good morning, friends. A few miles into my hike today, and rain's going to be coming this afternoon, so I'm trying to make good time. But I had to stop because I came to an important part on the trail. That's right, 100 miles. I'm in the triple digits now. I'm going to celebrate 100. Not think about how many more miles I have to do. But shelter up here in under a mile. Going to stop there, take off my pack, take off my hoodie, have a little breakfast. Let's go. I need all you Southerners' opinion here. All this dirt and the duff is all ruffled up here. I'm thinking that's from wild hogs. Razorbacks, you might say. If that's true, let me know, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. I've never seen one. I heard they're pretty vicious, so I don't really want to see one. But something I don't see in my neck of the woods. Made it to the Suck Mountain shelter. It's probably about 12:30. Wind's really blowing. I can feel it cooling down. That rain's on its way. I just called the Bluebell Cafe and arranged for my ride to pick me up at Highway 27 at 10:30 tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna hike about 8 miles down to the next shelter, which will give me a 5-mile hike tomorrow morning before I get that shuttle. So having some lunch here while I'm still dry, but today's going a lot better so far, but those last 5 miles are always the hardest. So wind's about to blow over my tripod, so I better go. I just met another thru hiker going the opposite direction. 64-year-old guy named Thin Slice. Really cool guy. Talked to him for a little bit. Kind of gives me hope that, you know, I can still be doing this when I'm that age. Gave me encouragement, a real positive attitude that he had, and having a great time out here. So, Thin Slice, if you see this video, keep on hiking, dude. Come to an important part on the trail. 111.5, halfway. Woo, buddy! All right, so that's kind of a big deal for me. No matter if I'm hiking 2 miles or 223 miles, it always seems my disposition's a little better after I'm halfway and know that I'm closer to the finish line than I am to the start. Maybe it's just self-confidence or something, I don't know. But I feel it misting here a little bit, but no rain yet. I'm not sure how far it is to the shelter, probably 4 or 5 miles still. Let's go. Well, the rain is here. I'm about 2 miles away from the shelter. It's about 3 o'clock. It's not raining super bad yet. I can hear thunder, haven't seen any lightning. So, gonna get to that shelter, stay dry, see if I can finagle a way to hang a hammock in there. And I know Matt is probably going to be coming to the same shelter, so hang my hammock in a way that isn't gonna hog the whole thing. But still feeling pretty good. But I'm looking forward to being done today. Where that thunder really rolls through the mountains here. I made it to the Story Creek shelter. Gonna get in and out of the rain here. I have a hammock set up in here, and this is pretty sweet. There was a guy that was here and left before I set up my hammock, and I'm expecting Matt to come, and hopefully there's enough room for him over here. But figured out a way to hang my hammock. We have these pegs on both sides, and yeah, it'll work out. I tested them. The pegs hold me. I'm only about a foot off the ground, but in here, that's fine. So hopefully there's enough room over here for somebody else. There is a tarp over here that you can hang across here if it gets windy. Right now we really don't need it, but we'll see. So I'm gonna take off my wet shoes, my wet socks, put on some dry clothes and warm up a little bit. Good morning, friends. It's a wet day here on the Ouachita Trail. Rained really heavy last night. Lots of thunder that just shook the shelter here. But we made it through it all right. My partner last night sleeping in the shelter. Here's Matt.
Hey, what's going on? You too?
Where are you from, Matt?
From Thibodeau, Louisiana, way down south.
So Matt's gonna hike in with me today, and we're gonna meet Lori, run into the Bluebell. He's just gonna grab a burger and keep on hiking. I got a hotel reservation tonight. So this little creek that's down here that we walked through yesterday easily is quite a bit higher, raging a little bit this morning. So we'll see what that holds for our 5-mile hike here and creek crossings, but it's part of the adventure, right? Let's go. On day 7, I walked 5 miles to Highway 27. I was then shuttled to the Bluebell Cafe for a burger and resupply before heading to a motel in Mount Ida. Came to a swollen, I don't know if it's a river or a creek here. Would have been pretty hairy if we didn't have this bridge. Do you like bridges?
Oh man, I wouldn't want to get stuck in that water.
It's flowing pretty good. That and it's all muddy, so you can't really see what you're walking in. It's got a pretty good current to it too.
Need a kayak for that.
How's the water feel?
Chilly.
We made it out to Highway 27. Standing here next to the road. Called Lori. She's on her way to come get us. We're gonna head in. What are you gonna get to eat there, Matt?
I'm getting a burger. I want double cheese, double meat, bacon, eggs, everything. I'm hungry.
And it's anything that's hot.
Yes.
It's a little chilly out here with the wind, but should be a good time. Looking forward to rooming up tonight and getting into some dry clothes and resting before that last push. Well, we made it to the Bluebell Country Store and Cafe with infamous Lori. Gonna head in, have some food, some burgers. You can see it stopped raining. Made it to the Bluebell. Oh, buddy, look at that.
Nice.
It's even better looking than I dreamed about. Lori brought me into Mount Ida. Gonna go into Bob's Food City here and see if I can find something to eat. Pizza, some drinking water, some Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and some popcorn for dinner. People are looking at me like I'm crazy. Who's this Yankee down here in Arkansas walking around with food? Probably some homeless dude. I made it back to the Royal Oak Inn, my home for the night. 68 bucks. Cheap little motel. Hey, I'm gonna get rested in here. Gonna eat that pizza. Gonna get some breakfast at the Bluebell tomorrow morning with Lori. Then I'm gonna hit the trail. I'm gonna hit it hard. If you wanna see the rest of this adventure, go ahead and hit subscribe. Punch that bell notification. Check me out on Instagram. Check me out on Facebook. Check out the merch in Teespring. I got a pizza waiting for me. We'll see you on the trail.